do stuff. All right, brilliant. Right, guys, it's done. You guys have made it through to the final. First off, how do you feel?
I
Oh,
feel nervous and I'm palpitating.
Don't think you can handle it.
You've won. You don't have to play. You've
Well,
won.
yeah, you won it. Just to make it clear, we've got I'm going to butcher the names now. CRTS,
QRST.
QRS,
Yep.
DYXY, and InfernuS from a team. They haven't got a name yet.
Team
You
5.
need
We're
a
just
name. You
Team
need
5.
a name.
Team 5. We're hoping
Team
you might
5.
actually come up with a legitimate name by the finals. But I think it's just kind of a distant dream.
All cast, we were just calling you Team QRST.
Yeah. Because we're like, all right, he did the picks. We'll do that. But yeah, how do you feel those games went for you? Like, obviously you won, so they went well. But kind of bit of perspective.
Yeah, I think on the first game, I failed on picking the right counter. We got surprised by the OD.
Yeah, the OD
wasn't-
was brutal. Like,
Yeah.
both
Yeah,
games.
I wasn't really expecting the OD pick, so that screwed us up.
Yeah.
But then on the second game, although we got very down on 14-2,
Yeah.
we knew that once we get our BKBs, we could fight them with the clips and the OD's ulti.
Yeah.
So there we just tried to execute our best, and we know we had the counter for Omni Slash because we have the Warcry.
Yeah.
So we weren't afraid of the Omni Slash, so that was it.
Yeah. And I mean, even though the Omni Slash was present, it really wasn't that leveled at that point.
No.
Like,
Juggernaut was incredibly underfarmed that entire
Yeah.
game.
and
We just-
I think just kind of going game by game. But yeah, InfernuS, you were saying something.
Oh, we just got lucky at all. The first engagements we were like, getting wiped. I get killed a lot,
Yeah.
and I was just like, I could hear our team captain right there saying, "Hey, what are you doing, man?" It's like, I
Yeah,
can't
I
do
was
anything, boss.
I was screaming at them like, put a ward, because Keeper of the Light was killing them for sure.
Yeah. Oh my lord. Cotter was brutal.
He got 4 kills in less than 10 minutes. That's amazing.
No, it's not just that. He wasn't just doing the kind of the regular spots. On the bottom lane, there's the trees, and like it's near the camp, which you usually pull into the lane. Like that's
Yes.
where most Cottles will go. He was being creative with it. He was going towards the shop and things like that, and some of the like little juking spots as well. He wasn't just kind of going in the standard places where you
Yeah.
reward.
Yeah, they can't seem to dodge it.
You no idea where it's coming from. That's why.
I mean, what happens to me is whenever I hear the noise, I just panic and kind of just stay where I am.
Yeah.
I don't know what about you guys.
We don't have any visual of him at all behind those trees, behind the tree line over there.
Yeah, and I
And
mean,
all I can hear is just that the moment you use that skill, all I can see is my life. Like, my HP. Like, oops, it's great. And it was, damn. Better do something fast.
were you playing? You were playing Sven at that point, weren't you?
Yep.
When we interviewed Lion, were you pro Lion or CVRQST, whatever it is?
Yeah, QRST.
QRST.
Yeah.
When we interviewed you earlier, you said how InfernuS was your kind of dedicated carry player. When
Yeah.
we first saw Sven, we thought, okay, well, look, InfernuS has picked him up. He's probably going to be in a tri lane. We were thinking like Luna off lane, and Venge was going to be part of the tri lane. First of all, Venge off lane is quite new to us because we've mentioned this before,
Really?
and how like kind of we're used to playing kind of Euro Dota. We're used to playing with people from the UK and like abiding the Russians, but we don't see Venge off lane often.
Do you find it effective?
No, definitely effective. I found that it was a bit plain to begin with, in that Venge would just sit in the lane, get farm, try not to die, which she succeeded in largely, and then when she had her aura up, when she had a good level on most of her skills, then she'd come out and then she'd wreak havoc with a nether swap.
Yep.
Um,
That's precisely the game plan. We don't need him to dominate the lane. We just need him to survive and get his skills, and then he can rotate after.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Whereas when we would pick up Venge, like for instance, Venge isn't usually played, and when I'm with some friends and we're like, okay, let's just pick some heroes which aren't usually played. We put Venge in a tri lane, and we try and jazz it up and go, oh, Shadow Demon, and Shadow Demon can get a Soul Catcher off, and then Venge can follow it with Magic Missile. And to be honest, it sounds good, but sometimes it just sucks.
Well,
You know.
first of all, the Sven pick, it's a pretty known support back in Dota 1. We like that support because whether or not he gets farm at mid game, he can turn to carry every time because of God's strength. So
Exactly what I said, Rowan. Exactly.
No,
what I said.
I understand. It's just I was just going. Well, my point there was that if Infernus was usually the dedicated carry, how did you
Yeah.
find playing support? Do you play support often, or you know?
I play a lot of support. Most of the time when I play with QRST, I play Venge, like in pubs. So, S-Ben support, that was the first time for me at all. Usually I see online and how the pros do it.
You got secrets covered there.
I watch the pros do it. They use S-Ben as a every carry guy. They feed him a lot. But for me, he told me that, hey, this is our game plan and let's execute it the best way possible. So, I just use the skills.
It was effective. It was effective.
He
Definitely.
did it really well, right?
Yeah.
8 game. I was like, I don't mind dying often, but Luna better make sure you get fat.
Yeah.
I mean, for a little while, it looked like Luna might not make it. But then obviously that turnaround when you got the DPs up.
She got fat as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there was some really nasty nasty for MAG. Not for you guys.
If I have to say, like, what really gave us the game there, except from the Eclipse, the Sanity's Eclipse, I guess it was that Warcry, that plus 16 armor that make us like just walk through the Omni Slash, because we know like they were banking on Juggernaut. So if we have something to counter the Omni Slash that we cannot like go down with the BKB, we were just gonna win the fights, and it just showed.
I mean, we were discussing the tri-lane that they did. Correct me if I'm wrong. They did Kotl, Warlock, Juggernaut there, and my kind of little gripe with it was they had no lockdown at all. Their only like pseudo stun was mana leak, and that's provided you have no mana. Warlock, he's not going to level up Evil early level because you're going to want Fatal Bonds and Shadow Word. And Juggernaut, all he's got is his spin and his kind of ward and crit. There was no real slow, there was no real stun, and as an offensive tri lane, what you usually would look for is some form of potential lockdown, so you can get those kills.
Exactly. That's why I wasn't too scared of their tri lane.
Yeah.
But then when Kotl started to kill the supports, I was dumbfounded. How is that happening?
Yeah, you see, thing is, we know Advent. We know he's a very good Kotl. I mean, on all the scrims he's played, he's always played Kotl or some hero like that. So when we saw there was no lockdown, we knew that they'd do something. We knew that they would make it work, and they did make it work to begin with. But then you steadily just got control of the game.
Yeah. We were just banking on vision and rotating the correct way.
I think we at one point saw you. I think Swish will back me up. I'm not sure if it was a game 2 or game 3. So saw you draw on the map. You drew like a little line around where your tier 3 towers are, and then you drew like a massive kind of outline of the rest of the map. And
were you saying how much map control they had or something?
Yeah,
that's what we guessing.
I was pointing out to them that we need to at least have good map vision because we're pushed down to our base.
Yeah.
To be honest, I thought you were drawing a cock. Yeah.
I mean,
no, I wouldn't do that.
Because the amount of dicks that have been drawn today is just ridiculous.
Oh yeah, but you guys wouldn't see it because you can't see the other teams. So.
Yeah, you just.
Oh god.
Just dicks everywhere.
You know what? It was actually InfernuS that really bought out the wards. Like the last 8 wards that we had, it was all from him. So kudos to him.
Yeah, well done. Honestly, it's we were talking earlier today about kind of like lower level pub games, and wards is definitely something which is lacking in pub games at the lower levels. Yeah, to us, I I would definitely say I didn't start warding until I started kind of like playing captain's mode with friends and doing kind of like really kind of laid back scrims.
Oh, you want to play with InfernuS when he plays pubs? He uses words all the time. That's why he wins all the
No,
time.
I know people like that as well. I just
Advo's like that. He really is. Just get a fucking ward down there.
know,
it's good.
that's
It's
what-
safe, and we were talking about this before. When in game 3, from MAG's point of view, they were dependent on their level 6s, and the way how they played, I don't believe that they played defensive enough for that kind of place, for that kind of tactic.
Hmm.
Like going through the games though. Game 1, what was your kind of your picks tactic?
Well, the
Yeah, I know
uh,
it feels like ages ago now.
we
doesn't
were.
it?
I was trying to go for a tanky mid game lineup
Yeah.
with the Night Stalker. I
Yeah.
wanted to snowball there, but you know,
OG kind of stopped that.
the gameplay just fell apart before the game started. When they picked OD, I said like I'm gonna get screwed at mid because I wouldn't be able to harass them, and you
Yeah.
know, we failed in stopping Doom. If I don't know if you noticed, but we kind of failed to pull every single time possible. So that
One of the things which I noticed was you had a Weaver on the off lane for that game. Now I said a few times to Swish, what I would have done in your position is I would have first of all I'd saw the OD being picked up and assumed that he'd gone mid. I would have possibly put the Weaver mid. Now I know usually Weaver suits an off lane. Weaver can mid, but you know it's not ideal. But what my kind of argument there was, astral imprisonment is horrible because of the intellect drain, and it's kind of enables OD to kind of position himself better and hopefully get some right clicks off, besides draining your intellect and all that horrible stuff. And whereas if you had a Weaver, instead of having to go up to the creeps to try and get last hits, which is what Night Stalker needed, he needed that bit of farm so he could at least get boots up before the first night. Then Weaver at least can do it out of range. So if OD wants to come forward and astral imprison you, you'll at least have much more warning than you would if you're playing as a Night
Yeah.
Stalker.
Yeah. Well, we placed Weaver bottom because that's something that a tri-lane cannot stop. So we wanted to stop their Doom because I was pretty sure that Doom was going to go top.
Yeah.
And I wanted to give their tri-lane something that they cannot kill, so
Yeah.
they won't get fat.
Yeah,
I was
that was
banking
the comment
on.
we made.
I was just banking on trying to outlast hit because I let OD harass me just to get the last hit. And when he got me, I just failed to pop the regen rune that I had, and then I just got first blood.
Yeah, and I caught that. I actually caught all the first bloods, though I will say that probably the last one was entirely by accident. I think I was top lane. I went, oh, what's happening, bot? Then I just managed to catch the Tide Hunter getting killed somehow. And actually,
Good job. Good job.
what was his name? The Tower, or your kind of dedicated
The
witch
Witch
player?
Doctor.
Yeah,
the
he's
Witch Doctor.
very
He was
good.
he was
Doctor
very
player.
dedicated with his malefices as well.
Phenomenal.
Yeah,
Phenomenal guy.
really good with that.
I've never seen Witch Doctor get played like that before.
Yeah, I mean,
Me too. Me too. That was really good.
but
See,
Yeah.
we never see a Witch Doctor in competitive play in Europe. Hardly
Yeah.
ever.
yeah,
Wow.
Witch Doctor, Veno was a surprise.
And I
as well.
support
Yeah.
Sven, right? You don't see that in Europe.
No,
We actually do- we actually
we
do see
do,
that, yeah.
we do actually. And it's,
Oh,
yeah,
It's
don't
quite
worry.
common.
see, support Sven is pretty good because it just goes carry late game.
Yeah, he can
I mean-
easily switch to a carry easily.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Our
I'm
second
just-
game lineup, one thing about it is just we're just experimenting. We're just putting up pieces to make to make things work. Let's just try this lineup if we think it's effective and all.
yeah. I mean,
So,
talking to Ariel earlier, he said that as a team and kind of as players and kind of doing picks, this kind of day has been almost a baptism of fire for them. They've learnt so much from today, especially
I've
kind of
learned
like
so much, so-
playing in a competitive setting, kind of doing picks, and it's more like when it's all very well doing scrims and playing together, but the end of the match, the result which you get doesn't really affect much. But actually in a tournament and playing for a prize, you know that you're doing it to the death. You have to.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I learned a lot today. The most baptism by fire that got from our team is Big Shoot Rate.
Yeah.
He doesn't play Shadow Demon at all. I gave him Shadow Demon. He doesn't play Dazzle at
Oh,
all.
and
I gave
I
him Dazzle.
was that the times when you like, for instance, I think Gimmicks was on Windrunner, and he was just in the middle of your entire team. You're in the process of nuking him down, and then all of a sudden, just someone disrupted him on your team, and I was thinking, wait, is
Yeah.
that a disruption to save him? And I was like looking on the opposite team. I didn't think they had a Shadow Demon, then I realized that your
Oh my
Shadow Demon
god.
was just kind of, well, to be honest, slowing down the momentum of things, and that's something that I used to do all the time.
I still do that. I still
Well,
do that.
you know what?
Just
Kudos
panic
to him.
disrupt.
He was able to adjust
Yeah,
to
no,
the third
definitely.
game. So
I mean, he did it once or twice, but then I didn't see it at all otherwise.
yes. There was one point in the game. Well, to begin with, I had to pick a Shadow Demon. It was a reaction pick
Yeah,
because the situation was they had first pick and then we have two straight, and they picked Coddle, and I was afraid that they're gonna just go Phantom Lancer.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
No,
we
yeah,
thought that as well. We
So
thought,
if they were gonna go Phantom Lancer and we can't stop it because no one's gonna play Phantom Lancer for us, I wanted to counter Phantom Lancer with Shadow Demon because that's a very good counter. We can make our own army. And once Phantom Lancer wasn't picked, we just banned him right away.
yeah. What did you think of Treant?
I knew that was going to come up. I knew
The
it.
Treant, I thought they hated it, but they picked it, so I was surprised too.
Well, no, they hated playing against him. Is how I put
Oh
it.
yeah, but that was very good. There were many kills that Tree just saved them a lot, especially in the
Yeah.
first game.
Especially with OD against
Yeah.
your Night Stalker.
Yeah, there
I
was
mean,
quite a few
Ariel could just
saves.
harass you. You could right click, you could nuke. But in the end, when Ariel had to kind of like go back, Living Armor would just pop, and then that would be that. And another
I
one would, yeah, go for
yeah,
it.
I can recall I should have two chances of killing OD, and like just the pure living armor saved her every single time. Like,
And
oh no,
when you look at it like this, Living Armor at max level blocks 80 damage, if I'm right.
that's correct.
And that's over 7 instances.
That
Now,
is correct.
7 times 80, that's 560. So one living armor, you're effectively giving OD 560 extra health for that duration.
The thing with that, the counter pick for the tree was axe, and
Is it just because
even
you
though
can chop down a tree, or
no, it was actually
was
the
a bit
battle
of,
of hunger would just destroy the living armor because
yeah.
the instances would just take it because hunger has 22 instances, so
Yeah.
even if you can block the first 7
Wait, is it
completely,
22 or 19? I thought it was 19.
well, I think then, well, it used to be 22.
You're
Then,
probably correct.
Does
I'm
an
probably
ion shell do
mistaken.
the same as Battle Hunger would?
yeah,
But the
because
thing is, Iron Shell has
even though
speed
it doesn't
proximity.
go through like 80 damage, one instance is wasted, so
Yeah.
you countered.
I mean,
sort of
I'm not sure if you ever played like StarCraft, but it's like the whole effect of massing Zerglings on people who like stuff like that. Like, what are they? Immortals? Yeah.
I just
Sorry.
I wanted to ask you something, guys.
Yeah.
When we had the clash up top at the Dire Forest, it was 4v5, right?
Yeah.
How are you
which
guys?
game are we talking?
Second game.
Okay.
When we had a huge clash up top at like Dire Jungle.
Yeah.
How are you guys feeling for that clash?
I was probably feeling extremely hungry, but
The best bit was when you were on the Radiant side jungle and you both smoked up at the same time and then you just met in the
Yes.
middle and
I'm
you were
not sure
both
if you
like, whoa,
realised
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Just pure
I
panic.
think it was. Oh, was it third game or second game?
Second
Did you
game.
realize that you both smoked up at the same time?
Yeah, we actually saw them smoke.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
And
But I don't know if they saw us smoke though.
I don't think
no,
we
we
did.
saw-
they didn't. I don't think they did.
We
You
saw them smoke, and so I just pointed out that they're gonna be coming to the bottom area. But we lost that clash, pretty bad.
Pretty badly.
That's allowed. But no, game 2 engagement on top.
Yes,
I'm just
we wiped them.
racking my memory there. That was That was when you played OD, and your OD, your Sanity's Eclipses, number one, they always seem to be up. I had to check twice to see if you had a refresher orb, and it just turned the other eye, like,
Yeah.
count. And, oh my lord, did they take away half the health all the time? Or, like, at least three quarters?
Yes.
Especially on DK, that just wrecked.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
that's true.
Like,
I think I had Ginsu back like already that time.
yeah.
So I wasn't even expecting Warlock to have enough mana to like throw his golem
Oh,
after.
and I remember you got a solo kill on Juggernaut. Now, I'm not sure if you realize this. You started up, he was in the jungle, and he had just got level 2 Omni Slash, and you
Mm.
Ashla imprisoned him, and you brought him from having full mana, okay? Full
Mhm.
mana with enough to get Omni Slash off, to maybe 30 below, being able to cast Omni Slash. And
Is that true?
yeah, no,
Yeah, yeah.
that's entirely true. And I think you were just about solo. So if it hadn't been for that, you could have been nuked out there on the spot.
Oh my god. Well,
Honestly, it'd be worth going back and
if he
checking.
was able to cast that off, I would have imprisoned myself either. So
Yeah. Well, no. Well, I mean, the imprisonment had just burnt, so it wouldn't be available to you.
yeah. 13 mana.
You know,
Oh,
honestly,
man.
30 minutes. It was 275 for the Omni Slash.
And it went to 247.
Yeah, or something like that. And I was like, oh my god, on the thing, because you at that point you were wrecking, and you know what it's like when one team's losing horribly. You want the underdog to like kind of make a small comeback or something like that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought we were the underdog that game.
You
weren't
were
we?
the underdog to begin with, but you know when
And we made the comeback.
yeah, when you made the comeback,
You wanted them to win again.
you know what I
Just
mean.
keep swapping.
It's like
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you guys have just like won the past 3 team fights. It's kind of like, okay, they've got a lot of control. I get the idea now.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't think Infernus was ready to go to the losers bracket.
Hell no. Yeah. That's
I
why I
mean-
told him, hey, we better fight them, boss. I got my war cry ready. Let's go. Let's do this.
And that was, I mean, honestly, the Warcry was the one skill that won us the game.
Yeah.
It was saving us from the Omni Slash, because that was awful. That was awful. Like Omni Slash, we can't damage him. We were getting Half Life, but with Warcry,
Yeah. We didn't see you pick up Faceless. I mean, we mentioned this in our interview before, especially when you picked up Witch Doctor in all 3 games. Was it?
Yes.
No Faceless at all. I mean, they picked up Faceless twice,
Yeah.
but
I was
like-
I wasn't pretty confident with Faceless.
yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Faceless, but
Is there a particular reason, or like for instance, if I had to choose a downfall of Faceless, I would definitely say he's too squishy.
yes,
Too
he
soft.
needs a lot of defensive form to be tanky enough, because he's like a glass cannon.
Yeah.
I mean, the only protection that he has, he can go full damage and kill everyone in the chronosphere.
Yeah.
But if you have a very well coordinated team that's gonna split up, you're just gonna die anyways. So
Yeah. Would you say that as a team, you guys keep your cool in fights, or have there been
No.
times where it's like,
Not at all.
"Argh."
not at all. I was screaming at them at game two.
Yeah,
I was
definitely.
screaming at them at game two.
It was
Too
on
bad.
our ears. I was thinking, my thoughts was like, I need to throw my speakers away.
I was screaming like shit. But
Yeah,
you know what? On the second game, when we felt like we were slowly killing them one by one, like everybody just shut up and was playing. And when I had to ping, like put a ward there, like in 1 minute there's gonna be a ward there. And after we got the wipe at Dire Jungle,
Yeah.
everybody was like, "Fuck yeah, we did it! Let's push!" And, like
How
that
did it
was
feel when they called GG in the third game at 23 minutes? Actually,
I guess. Yeah, go.
I felt relieved. At all.
it's
Felt good,
over.
like, yeah,
I
got it
think-
covered. We got
I
it
was
covered.
I was pretty confident that after getting first blood,
So
we're
you,
gonna-
you knew by first blood that you'd won.
no, I was pretty confident that it's either we would lose at 60 minutes or we're gonna win early.
Yeah. All right. No, fair enough. Fair.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was.
I think they got surprised by the Shadow Fiend pick though.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
plays on the Shadow Fiend were
I
amazing.
mean, when we scrimmed with Shadow Fiend, I think I played Shadow Fiend, and my games weren't too good. I struggled sometimes to farm up my Shadow Blade quickly, but
Mm.
whereas what you did was you roamed. I when I played him, I kind of sat exclusively in mid lane for most of it. You know, trying to build up my souls, trying to do this right, but the, oh sorry. Then I would usually get roamed on, and that's kind of where I fell down.
Yeah.
Like have you got any tips for playing Shadow Fiends?
Well, the best thing for Shadow Fiend is that when you get your level 4 raises,
Yeah,
it's actually more quicker to farm your Shadow Blade when you try to gank, because nobody around level 7 would have 900 worth of nukes.
yeah, and I
When
mean
you
it's not
hit,
even for that much. It's like 225 mana
yeah,
overall.
exactly. So when they got the first blood there, I said like, yeah, let's go there because I know they would have level advantage. We have a stun, we have a maledict. If we
Yeah,
get the maledict and I get 2 raises, for sure they're gonna die.
yeah,
So
that's brilliant. Do you just kind of enter into the zone when you're trying to land raises?
the zone,
Yeah,
I guess we entered zone back in game 2. Yeah, when we got the wipe and we won, I guess like we realized that we could just play with coordination and just pull it off.
yeah, no, brilliant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know for sure when your next game's going to be.
Hmm.
That's entirely down to Vapestar. I know that apparently the other US team which you played earlier is going to. Oh, I can. All right, bracket as it is now. I'm not going to. Oh, okay, there is a bracket there. Apologies, 1 second. Um, you can look at the bracket if you want to find out when your next game is going to be.
Yep. I've
um,
I've seen it.
do you want to inform me while it's loading?
It's
You lazy fucker.
July 6th.
Oh, brilliant! So we've got a week then. Yes, of course. No, you're playing thing.
What?
You're playing the winner of the losers bracket.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
nice.
currently is it team four against the winner. All right, I think
Team. Yeah. Hey, what? Why is it team 4?
Wait, so there's a team 4 and a team 5?
yes.
All right.
I guess the blue guys are. It's team 1 versus team
Yeah,
3.
whoever wins in that blue thing tomorrow, then
Faces team 4.
plays MAG today,
Yes.
and you might be in for another game against MAG. I wouldn't be. I'm not going to make any predictions as for who I think is going. Who I think is going to win, because that's just not fair.
It's so even.
Yeah,
It really
Uh,
is.
I'm gonna watch all
I'm just
their.
gonna say
I'm gonna
I
watch all their odds.
yeah, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna be pretty keen to kind of see these next few games and see who's gonna be facing you off in the finals.
We'll
Oh,
see who does the homework.
Yeah, and I mean, come on, this has been the first day of this tournament, and you guys are already through to the finals, so that must be a huge relief. And you've
that
got
is.
you've effectively got a week to practice, so
We do.
go for it.
Yeah, so I guess InfernuS is gonna be. Oh, kudos to this Viper. Did you see him wreck
Yeah, no, I
the
did.
blood
The
the Bloodseeker?
one things which I mentioned earlier was Bloodseeker, where he's strong, is that Rupture is good in that you kind of scare the hero into moving, and that's where the damage comes from. Yes, you get the initial nuke, but then it's
Yeah.
kind of chasing the hero, and the hero has to decide between, right, I either stand still, not get the
Mhm.
Rupture damage, but Bloodseeker's going to be able to hit me down, or
Mhm.
I run and just take the Rupture damage and just kind of hope it works, which it never does. Whereas with Viper, he's strong in that he can
He just
Viper strike.
stands there and
Yeah,
dishes out damage, and
he
he's
can
not
he can
bothered.
and he can Viper strike you, and you can stand there and die, or you can move and die, and it's much more reliable. Whereas when he was against Bloodseeker, yeah, he can rupture, but Viper could just stand there, Viper strike, and then just go, okay, fuck it, it's fine, I'm
Yeah,
ranged.
because Viper took out a Bloodseeker and then took half of TA's health down before he died.
Yeah,
which is insane.
which is I mean, as a matchup, I found that to be really quite a solid matchup in your favor.
I think the thing that made Infernus win his lane is that the skill build he chose. He went for the third skill to protect him from harassment.
Corrosive skin.
Yep.
Yeah.
I used it. I maxed that corrosive skin because I know that he's gonna hit me. The moment he ruptured me, I know he's gonna get close and personal. So keeps hitting me, gets damage. I just
Okay, go for it.
just rape that Q button there. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Pretty
He just-
pretty strong.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, Viper's received a minor buff recently in that corrosive skin now affects any source of damage.
Yeah.
So, would you say that perhaps makes him more viable in kind of against tri lanes? So,
I
like
mean,
as a solo
he
op?
is the Viper expert, so you ask him.
play Viper a lot. So
Yeah, no, honestly, would you say that now corrosive skin procs not only against physical attacks but magical and all kind of sources of damage? We see that makes him more viable outside of a mid roll.
Mhm.
Very much. As you see on like the third game.
Yeah, obviously he was a solo top lane, so
Yeah.
he just assigned me there. He's like, hey, I need you right here.
You go carry again.
yeah.
It's either Bloodseeker's gonna be there or
Or Temper Assassin.
No, I bet you were chomping at the bit after your support Sven. It's like, come on, let me do carrying.
yeah. I
Done
was
with
like,
the support stuff.
bring me another one. I get
So then I gave him carry 3 games because the second game he turned carry again
Mm.
after mid game, so
Turned
he can't complain over that.
I
Yeah.
didn't watch my score. I didn't watch my kill death ratio. So I was like,
So-
it's too,
Does your team so your team met today effectively?
Yes.
Oh,
Tower, Infernus, and me we have been playing for the last 3 days, and we played before the tournament with Big Shoot. We
Yeah.
were hoping that Flash would go online, but we
Well,
were
no,
just missing time.
I mean things like this happen, and
Well,
it happened.
considering you'd only been playing together for 3 days, you've got good coordination. Very
Yeah,
good
definitely.
coordination.
And how did a kind of appointing a captain come about? Did you just assume the role, or was it kind of like, right? Well, you seem to know what's going on.
I just assumed the role actually.
Just like, bitch, I'm boss.
I'm the captain, so go.
yeah.
No,
We just the rest of us agreed with it because
Yeah. Well, actually, even though I'm the one clicking the hero, clicking to pick it or to ban it, we always discuss like who to pick.
yeah,
Before the game, like I said, like, okay, this is gonna be our lineup, or this is gonna be our laning. How do you feel about it? Do we get Witch Doctor? Do we get Vengeful? Because if we get Witch Doctor, Tower would go tri lane. If we get Venge, we're gonna put him off lane.
yeah.
So we're gonna try to. We always discuss as a team.
Yeah, no, and that's really valuable. I mean, I can't think of a single time when one mind is going to be better than 5 together.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
yeah,
Not unless you're Poppy, I guess.
always just block out everyone. I'm Puppy, it's fine.
Have you seen the video where they were at the internationals and they gets interviewed and the interviewer goes, "Were you really scared when they chose the Naga?" And he was just like, "No." And that's
Yeah,
it.
I saw
It's
that.
like, no.
Yeah, he made the Juggernaut counter famous for that.
Yeah,
It was
No,
pretty good.
it's brilliant. What picks do you reckon you're going to see in TI3? Like, do you guys follow the pro scene much?
Yeah, we do. Infernus is actually buying tickets a lot, so I just watch over Beyond the Summit.
Yeah, no, I'm
I don't have money to buy the tickets.
No, I don't watch nearly as much as I would like to. But come TI3, you know how did you guys follow it last year? TI2. I mean, I know you CSRT played Dota 1, but I don't know if you followed TI2.
I did follow it from the very start.
Like, do you remember how usually the average bands would be Lycan, Darkseer, Naga? I believe Leshrac was banned quite a lot as well.
Yes.
And
yes.
heroes like that. What do you think there'll be heroes like that this year, or do you reckon Ice Frog's done a good job at kind of balancing things where you can't really pick a solid 4 heroes which will always be banned?
You know what? I think the recent nerfs have been really good for Ice Frog in balancing the game. I've noticed a lot of unorthodox mids right now, and the
Yeah,
common mids are nowhere to be found anymore. The
yeah.
meta is just like evolving for this whole change. Even Bloodseeker has just found its way to the new meta.
And I mean,
So
I
I,
was talking earlier. Treant used to be a laughing stock. You know, when people used to kind of go, "Oh, let's pick stupid heroes." Treant was the
oh,
first one, and nowadays it's kind of like, "Oh my god, he's so annoying."
I
Oh, yeah.
know. There was a point though back in Dota 1 that the heal and the armor is global and passive.
You know, I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
talking
Rowan
about
was
that
talking to me
too.
about that.
In daytime, it's
basically
global.
basically it's the same thing, but they just made it active.
Yeah,
So I mean there's a lot of nerfs that have been implemented before and taken out, and they just like reworked some mechanics about it. So
yeah, and I mean, it's
those
all
nerfs are not too new.
I mean, it's all constantly evolving, isn't it? And I mean, who's to say he can't bring? Oh, what was it? He nerfed something, then brought it back, but I can't remember it.
There's a lot of
It's
things like
yeah. There's
that.
so many. Oh, it's gonna come. I'm gonna go to bed and it's gonna come to me, and I'm just gonna look like an idiot. But um, I really like being able to see kind of all these unorthodox heroes. I remember like, oh God, again last year, you'd never see Batrider. Now you see Batrider all the time.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
heroes like that, and
yes,
I'm
yes.
I'm really looking forward to TI3.
I was actually contemplating on getting Batrider in one game in that series, but I just got scared that
No,
I might fail.
no, Batrider is always such a solid pickup because I mean it's a similar concept to Venge. You just blink in, steal a hero, and then bugger off.
Yeah, just
Yes,
force stuff
yes.
out. And
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the lasso goes through BKB as well, so
yeah, it
Yes.
does. It
he's really
does.
good against, those hard BKB carries like
And
Gyro,
life
PA.
life stealer, for instance, as well.
Yeah.
Well, we have to. We're just gonna do our assignments and do some VOD watching.
You know, go for it.
Enjoy
It's
your
just
cast that we weren't be able to enjoy right now because we were the ones playing. So
no, it's fine. It was easy for us until we got hungry. Um,
Yeah.
it's late now, so
And
I'm
it
I'm
didn't help with gimmicks just going on and on about
Oh, yeah.
pies and whipped cream and just, oh,
well,
fuck me. Would
I
not
also
shut up.
want to. How did you how did you guys
hmm?
cast the previous games? I wasn't aware of the first games for like Team 3 and Team 4.
Oh well, as it stands, we've both got Bape Star on Steam, and I've been kind of around since when this tournament was starting, and I volunteered help for it. Uh, the only reason we knew was because we'd kept on top of the schedule, and when things changed around, we were able to ask Zach straight away. So
Mm.
we knew what time it was. We knew it was 7 a.m. GMT, which I believe would be stupidly early for you.
It
Um,
was actually, but we just
yeah,
slept early.
and yeah, we just ended up getting up. There's kind of there's no dodging
Which
it. We just
was,
took it on the chin and just got
I
up
had
early.
I had 3 missed calls off Advo to wake me
Oh,
up
so
in the
many.
morning.
I have so many VODs to watch because that looks impressive. I'm looking at the brackets right now. They 2-0'd their enemies too. Team 4. They 2-0'd Team 3.
Hmm.
Mm.
MAG. They're pretty
They
There,
strong.
are they are a very strong team.
I would say now though the kind of the games between you and MAG was probably of a higher quality,
Yeah.
in that you guys probably knew more what you were doing.
Oh, thank you.
Um, Bape
We can
Star's
see
just
all the
message now, and I should probably mention this. VODs will be up ASAP, so everyone will be able to see the VODs soon, and you'll probably have a huge load to digest if you want to learn as much as you can. And
Yes, for sure.
we've provided commentary for them all. Can't promise it'll be stellar, but it's there.
As the games go on, the commentary just gets worse.
Oh gosh,
I'll send a link to Linus. I'm just kidding.
always,
Linus should watch this.
of course.
Being the tournament after his name,
You
Linus
know,
Tech Tips.
I'd love to get like a little smiley face just going Dota from Linus, like
That would
thumbs
be
up.
nice.
Oh,
Oh, they should feature the tournament over their videos or something like that.
oh, look how sad Zach is. He didn't get a reply.
Oh, Poor Zach.
Well, I enjoyed the games a lot today. They were pretty tough, and we learned a lot as a team.
Yeah, no, definitely, and that's what I've heard from MAG. That's what I've heard from the others. It's been fantastic talking to you guys. I'm afraid that if I keep trying to stay up, I'm just going to collapse.
I'm dozing off, me.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'll be able to make as much of tomorrow's game as possible. I know I have got other kind of prior commitments, so Swish, you might be solo. I don't know if you got work tomorrow.
I'm working tomorrow.
Oh, balls.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll see how things go, and we'll see your team next week.
Sure.
Right.
Just
Good
want to
luck in
thank
the
you guys for
future.
your work,
No,
for
and
your awesome
no
commentary.
problem.
thank you for coming, and best of luck in finals.
I
Thank
think to
you.
you guys. Appreciate it.
All right. See you guys. It's been
See ya.
fantastic talking to you. All right. Bye.
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 Bye.